Welcome once again to Tamara's Palace. Today's free tutorial is going to be a one-piece sleeve that you can actually sew looking like a two-piece sleeve that you could use for your senators. So first thing you want to do is to actually cut out like a rectangle. And how are you going to get a rectangle? Your arm, which is the widest part of your sleeve, you are going to divide it by 2 and plus 1 inch. That 1 inch is for your sewing allowance, and then you're also going to plus another 1.5 inch, and that's what you're going to use to cut your sleeve on. You cut like a rectangle like so, and once you do that, you will mark 2 inches from the hem of that sleeve. So that 2 inches is actually an added 2 inches to the sleeve length. You're going to add extra 2 inches to your sleeve length, and then just pinch out that 1.5 inch like you see me doing there, and ironing, just iron it straight like that. Okay, but you're going to make sure that the way you fold it, when you measure from the middle there, you are going to be having about 3.5 inches left there. So 3.5 to 4 inches, depending on how wide the person's how big the person's arm actually is. Okay, and so we're going to sew that 1.5. So you see that 2 inches that we marked away, we're going to sew from the down, we're going to sew it. Then from there we're going to measure 3 inches that we will not sew, and from that 3 inches we'll sew the rest. So we're not going to sew about 3 inches from the hem of the sleeve. Okay, so after marking that where you're going to sew, you can now shape your sleeve, you know, get the cuff the way the cuff should be, and also the crown of the sleeve as I'm shaping it there. Okay, so once you do that, take it to your machine and sew the places that I have marked with the chalk that you should sew, just like this. Then make sure that that 1.5 that you've sewn, like that extra, like 1.5 extra that we sewed there, make sure that it is resting on the bigger side of the sleeve. Make sure it's resting on the bigger side of the sleeve. Yes, and when you're working on 2 sleeves, make sure that they are on the opposite, they are opposite to each other, because this opening that we're going to be making is going to be, you're going to sew it towards the back, like it should be at the back of the sleeve, kind of the bodice, kind of. And then you fold in your hem allowance there, and you iron. See that opening is already looking like a so this is how, when you are done sewing your 2-piece sleeves, it actually comes out. We will not leave it like this. We're going to cut the lining. The lining should be 1 inch shorter than the actual sleeve length. Okay, so just cut that out and then sew the lining to the hem of the sleeve like you can see in the video. Once you do that, you bring it again to your table and then press, 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 press. Okay, so make sure everything is looking nice, because you can use this for a jacket, you can use this for a men's senator, you know, to add a twist to it, looking like a sweet sleeve. So yes, and then the next thing you do is to trim that lining, because you can see the lining is way longer than it. You can just trim the lining to the shape of the sleeve. I always like to make the lining 1/2 inch longer than the actual sleeve, just for ease. So you could do the same. Once you do that, you are to join it now at the side. So thank you. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and watch out for more videos. Thanks.